Hi everyone, I'm excited to be bringing you another video from HUSNG.info. In this video, showcasing our new HUD, Hyper HUD, specifically designed to play heads up hyper turbo sit and goes. We have three displays that you can see on your screen now, hopefully. 1, 2 and 3. First one to note is the min stack display, which has a note taking area on your opponent's name, the min stack size, and a chart color key displaying the color keys for these particular charts here. But first up, notice the min stack display, and this is also color coded. So in this particular hand, the min stack is 9BB, which lines up then with the color coding of we are in the big blind, so color coding of the 8 to 11 big blind pre, and then we can see stats on our particular villain at that stack depth. Very useful. And that is relevant for both small blind and the big blind, depending on where your opponent is. Excuse me, that was wrong. He's in the small blind, so we look at here the tendencies of our opponent here. The next thing to note is the small blind display. Let's go through that. The number of hands will be, previously I explained the stack size depths at each particular stack depth, and that is color coded to line up here with the minimum stack size. So it makes it very easy to quickly glance light blue and look across at your particular stats on your villain at that stack depth. We have the number of hands, and this is coded to be lighter when you have more hands. As you can see, over 100 is white, we get a bit grayer down at 31, and lighter still when we're down to about 3 hands. Just to give you a quick glance at if you have enough sample size on your opponent to make it relevant, to see if these statistics are relevant at all. Quickly go through the statistics, but they're pretty self-explanatory. We have the open raise is basically the number of times your opponent opens the button at all stack depths, times he min raises the button at those stack depths, times he folds to a 3-bet, limps, limp folds, and open jams. Quick glance at this opponent, he seems pretty weak out of the small blind. You can see the yellow color coding at most depths. He is open raising, probably not enough, excuse me, and he folds for 3 bets a fair amount. And down here we have total, which basically is the total of all these above, of all the different stack depths. And once again, we glance at that, we can see he's pretty weak with his open raising, folding to 3 bets a fair amount, and limp folding probably way too much also. And we also have post flop statistics in the small blind. C-bet, fold to donk, fold to check raise. We hope to possibly add to this later, to have statistics for the flop, turn and the river, but to keep the statistics at a minimum, to keep the screens as compact as possible, we have left those out at this stage. Going down to the big blind display, similar to the small blind, the same color coding lines up with the minimum stack size. Number of hands again is coded to display lighter coloring for the more hands you've played, and the other statistics, the percentage of hands he's played, number of times he's called, 3-bet jam, called a jam, raised a limp, and jammed a limp. Once again, we've tried to keep these statistics compact and only put in what we think is relevant. Possibly later we might add 4-betting to both small blind and the big blind, but at this stage we do not have that. And again, these statistics are color coded to line up with the minimum stack size. Go a quick glance at this particular villain out of the big blind. Interesting to note, he does not call very often, hence the yellow. Doesn't 3-bet often enough. However, he 3-bet jams a lot, which pretty much you can easily come up with a strategy against this type of opponent. I would min raise 100% of hands. If he 3-bet jams, I'd get it in with my good hands. That'll get with my range being better than the ranges that he's obviously 3-bet jamming here, and folding anything where I think my range is not better than his. And also post flop once again for the big blind. Fold to c-bet, check raise the c-bet, and number of times he donks the flop. Okay, that's about it. At the moment you can purchase this HUD for only $19.95. So get on over to HUSNG.info, check it out. There's also a free version available which doesn't include all the different stack depths. So if you would like, you can download that for free. Check that out. This is only available for Poker Tracker 4 at the moment. If you do not have Poker Tracker 4, we hope to be having some special offers coming up shortly where you can purchase Poker Tracker 4, this HUD, and we'll throw in a few other things. Keep an eye out for that. But at the moment, if you have Poker Tracker 4, jump on over, pick this up for $19.95. Okay, that's it from me. Hope to talk to you in another video shortly. See ya.